Hey guys, this is Steph coming at you with another kit from Jaded Gem Shop. This one this time is from the Witchy Stitcher. It is a pixel charted kit. Now these kits only come in the pixel chart. It's because they are based on cross stitch kits. However, unlike a conversion kit where you would have to follow a pattern and do the conversion yourself, this is already done for you and printed on the canvas. So I have here the Sun XIX. I believe that's 19 in Roman numerals. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Pixel charted, and I wanted to show it to you here. Now this is what it looks like on the website when you go to order. That's a very cute kit. Okay, so here you have, so that was the kit. Here you have this tarot card placement. I guess it's part of a series. This is my first of the series, and then the Witchy Stitcher, this is just sort of their emblem. So she does a lot of stuff like this. Okay, so like, yeah, so you can see there's so many cute kits that she has, and they each have a name and a number. So anyway, so we are looking at the Sun today because it is feeling especially summery here in Central Florida this week as we get up into the 80s, and I randomly lost our air conditioning again last weekend because apparently that's part of the fun. So anyways, so very, this one just spoke to me. So anyway, it is a 17 by 28 centimeters. I do opt for the square. I always opt for the squares, and there's 5 glimmer drills in this. Now I believe typically on the site it does share where the specials are. I guess not in this one. Oops. Sorry about that. So anyway, this one was $39.99. You know, depending on like discounts, if there are any at the time that you order this. Now this is, let's see, I think when I bought it, it may have been ready to ship, which means sometimes she keeps, Jade keeps some of these kits in stock routinely in her warehouse in California. However, everything right now is really funny with the tariff situation. It is May 6th. So happy May 4th to all of you that celebrate, by the way, and Cinco de Mayo on the 5th. Today is the 6th, and so the tariff situations here in the United States is getting kind of funny with how things are shipped, and everybody's still kind of trying to figure out the best way they want to do it. So when you order from Jade, so this one is a pixel charted. However, you have choices of different add-ons, and I have been asked about these different add-ons before. There's a logbook, there's a mica powder tube, there's a curve pen, a deluxe pen, Jaded Gem tack, and putty. I have the logbook right here. Let me know if you guys want to see like a flip through of this. I kind of did my own thing with this. I also have one of the putties here. This is the unscented putty. It's a really, really solid choice. It does kind of look like poster putty. But I had the green version before I had this. This is the unscented. I was supposed to get apple crisp, but maybe another time, I guess. So anyway, so this is also a really good product I can recommend. I've never tried any of her pens. I'm really curious about the smaller, like, palm placer pens that she offers. Anyway, you can add those things on if you want to. And I do have a powder tube with a mica, but it gets a little messy, so I'll just hold on to that. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to share with you that. Now, looking at the kit, now this is my original logbook. I did share with you Jade's logbook that she offers, where she has pre-printed pages of, you know, different kits and details that you can fill out for your kits. So I do obviously keep a detailed record of that. But for my purposes, I typically work out of my logbook. It is it's an 8.5 by 11. I just kind of write on the side. This is logbook number 4, so I've been doing this for a while. I just made this into a sticker page. This is just an Artist Loft sketchbook from Michaels. Okay, for those of you in the United States, and for those of you not in the United States, it's basically just a logbook, or I'm sorry, a sketchbook that you can put anything. I think, here we go. See, it's just a regular sketchbook, and I just printed out some labels, and here I have the names of my kits, purchased from, the cost, the date, the quality, the progress. So I have kind of like an easy way to flip through. So anyway, so this, oh, I lost my page already. So the Sun is $2.95. Okay, so that's where this is gonna go. So getting out my kit, so here it is. It comes in a Jade branded box, and then we have a little detail about the little symbol. So if you like to store them in the boxes, you will have that. Sorry about the lighting here, trying to get that open. So it gives you the name of the kit, the 5G means 5 glimmer drills. It gives you JGS 019 WS Witchy Stitcher, okay, JGS Jaded Gem Shop, 19, I think that's just what the symbol is, what it's called, and then 17.25 by 27.75, the Sun. Okay, so we're gonna open this up. This is a very little kit. So it comes in this little cute box. She's got her brand on the top. Oh, right. Okay, so we've got the box. Inside our box, we're going to have our kits. Well, there's our drills. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so we got everything there. Okay, so now what I have here is I have our drills. They're just, oh my gosh, it's just a baby. This is the baby. It's so thin. And we've got 3 of our absolutely, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, 4 drills I can see on the top here are glimmers. So these are going to be really fun. And then I've got the sticker sheet and the canvas. Okay, so the canvas is, oops, we've got one of the stickers came off. Oops. Didn't have anything on it though, thankfully. So Jade does a poured glue, so you can roll it backwards to get it to kind of flatten a little bit, and it won't harm it or do anything bad. It is covered with a nice thick plastic cover sheet. The canvas material is like a felt. It's got serged and protected edges, so it won't fray. And then when you look at the canvas itself, you've got the name of the kit, all that stuff that was on the box, a little image of what it's supposed to be, the colors. So here we only have 20 colors, okay, and it does give you the glimmers at the bottom. And then you have the, this is kind of cool. This is the first for me. So typically you do have this little symbol, Jade's thing, like in the middle, and then maybe the Witchy Stitcher somewhere over here. But this is really cool. They actually have her branding, the Witchy Stitcher branding, and then we have her website here, the Sun, artist, the Witchy Stitcher, thewitchystitcher.com, jadedgemshop.com. And this is different too, because typically Jade runs a green border down here, and this is black. So that's pretty cool. So if I check this out, this is so little. So the cover sheet is all one sheet. So if I find that I have bubbles, I can always lift it back like this and flatten it out. Also, if you guys have ever gotten any of those like art dot kits, like storage solutions, and you come with this is a great tool for that. If it's a straightener edge, okay, so you're supposed to use it to be able to straighten drills, but after a while I noticed mine got all messed up. So what I do is I use it to get out the bubbles. And that just helps it lay a little bit more flat. I've never had an issue with the bubbles underneath causing drying of the canvas, but there are companies that do sell their glue separately, but that's a good use for that. Okay, so here's our canvas. Obviously here we've got some confetti, which if you can see here, this is actually, let me try zooming you in a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of see a little bit better. Let me try zooming you in. Okay, so you can see the Sun especially has lots of color changes in a small area. That's what we call confetti. this whole background being that black heart. That is what we call color blocking, and it's just a bunch of different, I'm sorry, it's the same color all over the place. So we have basically it's like one line of black drills in the border, and then we've got like this rainbow border color. That's cool. We've got these details in the flamingo. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. The sun, I mean, it's like, it looks like a jack-o'-lantern, you know, so I really like that effect. And then the pineapple down here, and this looks like a, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It looks like a watermelon with a witch hat on, like they turned a watermelon into a jack-o'-lantern. Like, this is just giving me all the Florida vibes, because yeah, it must be watermelon, because here's this. So it just gives me all the Florida vibes because we all a little crazy down here. Okay, so we would definitely cut open a watermelon as a jack-o'-lantern, but there are plenty of pumpkins here anyway, though we can't grow them actually, which was a funny thing to learn. Pumpkin patches, I don't know anywhere else in the South, but pumpkin patches in Florida, they are not like sitting on a stem growing somewhere. And this might be really obvious to other people. I grew up in the Midwest. We went to the pumpkin patch to get a pumpkin for Halloween, and it was literally like you picked it up off the vine. You had to like cut it off the vine if it was still stuck on it, okay? Pumpkin patches here in the South are just like pre-washed, pulled in from somewhere else because the weather or whatever isn't so great for it. Anyway, I digress. So we have specials in here. I'm not going to, oh, they're so pretty. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I can never get these back in, but I'm actually going to be kitting this up and working on this for the final month of Jaded Gem Shop 2025. The first month was March, then April, then May. So in March, I worked on a kit from Rinlin, In the Rain. It's this really cute frog. And then for April, I just did one sushi mini, which was like really, that's all I was able to do. And then so to go out with a bang, I thought I'd start this kit and finish this kit because it's a little bit smaller. I got a lot of whips at the moment. I digress. Okay, so here's our specials. So these are glimmer drills, G554, G907, G959, and G3865. So these are all glimmer drills, and they've got like a very fine mica powder covering on them. So that's 4 out of 5. Okay, and then we've got these really pretty purples, and look at those vibrant oranges. I love that, and yellow. Of course, excuse me, we've got our 310s. Okay, 3 big bags of 310s, and on the end we got a pretty little purple here, and we've got these little like chartreuse and this bright yellow. Okay, then we've got this sort of like reddish pink and some other pinks and a teal. And here's our other glimmer drill, G152. So this one is kind of a peachy color. Very pretty. And that's it, guys. That is it. Okay, so anyway, so these are our colors. So I'm going to show you the rest of the kit because I realized I just got really, oops, sorry about that. I just got really excited and didn't show you the rest. Okay, so what else comes in a Jaded Gem Shop kit? We've got a couple pieces of release paper. And then the sticker sheet. So this is really cool. So I did lose a sticker down here. The sheets come rolled. They're very sticky. And what I will do is I will actually take the stickers and put them in this logbook that I work out of, including this picture, her logo. This would be cool. And this is the first time I've ever seen this QR code on here, so I don't know if this will work for you, but that's the first time I've ever seen a QR code on one of her sticker sheets, so that's kind of cool. This is a recent-ish delivery. I think I got this delivered in like February or March, I can't remember. It is now May, if I forgot to say that. Typically, I also receive or you might receive a roll of washi. I did not receive that in this kit. So some of the kits lately haven't been coming with them. I don't know if it's like a pixel charted thing or what. And then typically you get a cover minder. It's usually like a piece of food, and that's really cute. My favorite cover minder that she includes is always the mushroom. It's adorable. But there's also other ones, like sometimes I get this carrot, or actually, you know what? This would be perfect to work on, this watermelon. So I'm going to set the watermelon one aside. So these are ones that I've gotten from other kits of Jade's. These are just really cute little cover minders. And what you do with a cover minder is, if you so prefer, you can, as you're working on this, you know, you pull back this cover sheet and you put a magnet on the back of your canvas, and it holds the sheet for you. But if you don't want to work with this plastic piece, you can use your release paper to put down on the sticky side. Now this is double-sided release paper, okay? But this release paper will stick onto your canvas, so if you would rather use that instead of this, you can pull it up and use it as you go. This is very easy to cut to size, so you could even just, you know, these are half sheets, and I think, oh my god, this is because it's so little. Look, both of these cover sheets, sorry I moved it there, but both of these cover sheets like completely cover this kit. So what you could do is you could just cut these to size, literally stick them down, and you just pick up a cover sheet and put it down as you go. And some people like to do it that way. So it's just different options for different folks. So that's just something else you can do. Now with the washi, washi is really great. Uh-oh. Oh no, one of the stickers actually came off. Here, let me fix this real quick. This is making me nervous. Okay. So typically with these, I will just slice this with my one of these guys and just glue the back, even though it is a sticker. But because these are wanting to roll and pop off so much on this one, probably because the paper had to be rolled pretty small for the kit, I'm probably just gonna peel these off and stick them on the actual paper. So I'll show that to you in a minute. But I wanted to show you with the washi technique, a lot of people, what they'll do is they will use washi to like section off their canvas, like boom, 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 and then they kind of cut it the way they want to as they work on it. That's usually what I do. I don't usually use release papers. I am using release papers religiously though on a kit that I'm on a cross-stitch conversion kit. That one I'm sacrificing all the release papers for. So what you do is, anyway, so where you wouldn't be sticking any drills, so this white area, it's going to be hard to see it on camera, but this white area between this black thick border and the black border you start to place is sticky, okay? And you're not going to put anything there, so there's options you have. So when I'm working on the kit, typically what I do is I'm just going to flip this around because it's just going to be easier for me. And I'm going to move my logbook. So typically what I will do is, so I'm holding back the cover sheet, okay, so that glue is exposed. And what I will do is I will just line this up to cover that sticky part. And on a bigger canvas, it's a little bit trickier because you have so much more border. And then I just do this and I roll this back. And now when I go to place these drills, I'm not getting crap stuck in the sides because, okay, so I think it's kind of funny that I even like this hobby, honestly, because stickers and band-aids, like things that are sticky that can get gross stuff stuck to them, is like a huge like OCD, and I don't even say that lightly. I'm serious. I've hated band-aids, and it's funny because I was a veterinary nurse, but I literally have hated band-aids since I was a kid. I just blame all the times you're like in the pool and you got your goggles on and you see all those band-aids and like the deep end. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so sticky things in me, not really a huge fan of that. So now I'm going to put that down. Okay. And again, if this doesn't come in your Jaded Gem Shop kit, which it's like some of them are, some of them aren't at the moment, then you can pick up washi from any number of retailers, okay? Anyway, so I find it funny that I love this hobby that is designed to be sticky and have things stuck to it, because I don't know, it just like stuff stuck in stickers, like fuzz and lint and hair and skin and whatever. It's like it skeeves me out. Is anybody else like that does this hobby? See, if I put it down and it's not like really lining up, then what I can do is it's very easy to lift the washi up. That is why we're using washi tape, because washi tape is designed to be sort of sticky, okay? Not like so sticky that it's going to stay forever. This is not even, like, even masking tape is pretty easy to get up. Frog tape is like painter's tape. I used to use frog tape a lot for my paint by numbers. I still do. Even washi tape is even less sticky than that. So it's not something that will permanently typically stay down. I know a lot of people that will keep the washi on their kit, and I've done that too. There's a lot of other things you can do for your borders, but now at this point, this can be worked on, in my opinion. Now I can work on this because I know that when I fold this back or whatever, it's not gonna skeeve me out too bad. Now, as far as sectioning this, typically I run in equal sections. I know a lot of people like to measure that. I don't. This is so small, so I'm going to just sort of eyeball it here, and this is so not even in half, but I'm just gonna kind of put it in half here, and then I'm going to kind of run a line along here, and you can see basically I have 4 sections. Okay, so if I wanted to spread this out for the month of the event, I could just do 1 section per week. So the next thing that I do with this, if you're gonna leave the cover sheet on, is let's say I decide I'm gonna start working on a section. Okay, well, now that I've taped this up and I have this, you know, washi tape on here sectioning, well, okay, but how's that gonna help me, right? So what do you do now? You do anything you want, really. I could cut it like this, so that I could fold it back and work on the side and just peel it back over as I go. I could cut it down here and I could just pull it down if I wanted to do that. So knowing me, I will probably start in this bottom corner. I get to do the baby flamingo first. So what I would do, because I got to think about it, I'm right-handed, okay, so if I'm going to be placing these drills down here, I'm not going to be wanting, like, I like to keep this area smooth for my hand. I mean, you can, like, press on the drills, but I'd rather not, because it can sometimes get irritating. So, do I want to flip this up as I work, or do I want to flip it to the side? I prefer to flip up. So, what I would do is on either side of this washi, I just take my scissors, oops, and you can even cut through the washi. I don't. I use it as a guideline, okay? I am using scissors because I do not trust myself with a seam ripper or a, I just lost the back of my mouth. Seam ripper, or what are those called? Like ceramic blades or whatever. I have a metal table that opens here, and I often lose magnets, so I just lost the back of my cover minder. So, do I have another magnet somewhere? Nope, I don't. Huh. Okay, anyway. So what I'm going to do now is once I've cut this, then I can lift it up. As I work, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. And when I'm done for this section or whatever, I can just trim this off with my scissors, or I could leave it. So now I have this nicely sectioned area where I can work on this, and it's arbitrary, okay? It really is. It doesn't actually matter how you cut it or what you do. It's just, a lot of people ask about that, but it doesn't really matter, okay? So that's the kit, and that's the canvas. So now, how are we going to put this in our logbook? So I have details. Name, brand, canvas size, diamond type, date complete, thoughts. This date complete will become date worked on, right? So the name of the kit. So I always want to write the name, and I have a couple of fun colored pens. So I'm going to pick this pink one, and I'm going to put the name in quotes. If I have stickers on a kit that actually say the name, like the Sun, and it's a sticker and I can peel it off and put it on, then I will do that. But this doesn't have like a label for these, for any of the stats. So I will I'll write the Sun in quotes, and then I'll say the artist name, the Witchy Stitcher. And for Jade's kits, I also like to put pixel charted. If it's pickle charted. Pixel charted. Okay, so I kind of put that in here. Brand, Jaded Gem Shop. Canvas size. So this information you will find all over the place. You'll find it typically on your canvas. Here, the 17 by 25 by 27.75. You should also be able to find it on your stickers here. So usually what I do is I'll write it in centimeters, and if they give it in inches, I'll write it in inches and convert it to centimeters, and I'll have both. So I'm going to do 17.25 centimeters by 27.75 centimeters. I've actually been considering keeping track of drills placed. Like when they say this kit has X amount of drills. But this kit doesn't have that information. So diamond type, then I write squares. And here I also like to record how many colors. So I'll say 20 colors, and I'll put the specials, 5 glimmers. Okay. Then date complete, I'll write when I start on it. So if I'm going to start on this one tonight, I'm going to write 5/6/25. I think I'm going to start it tomorrow, so I'm not going to write the date today. And then the thoughts area is what I put when I'm done. So here, if I change any of the drills, if I add any special drills, like I might end up adding some special drills because I do have quite a bit of fairy dust from other companies, or glimmer dust, or whatever you want to call them. I do have some of those from another company called Diamond Painting with Sparklers. So they're like a specialty drill shop that you can go check out. I will have this all linked in the description box below, by the way. Okay, so now what I do for these sticker sheets, so I will get my very unfancy cutter, okay, and I'll try to line this up, okay, to get the stickers out. So you can see this one isn't really playing very nicely. We do have the number, the symbol, the DMC, the quantity. So what I will probably end up doing is I'll probably do this off camera and show you when I'm done. I will probably be sticking this part in, and then I will individually stick all of these. I don't normally do that. I normally just cut it, but because these guys like want to pop off, then I just want to make sure I don't lose them, okay? However, for the rest of it, okay, so usually I would cut that down to size and stick it here. And I'll show that to you when I'm done. And then what I do is I try to, oh crap. Oh my gosh, my ripper thing isn't wanting to play nice. Okay. I'd say it needs a new blade, but I've done that and it just doesn't seem to want to play very nicely. Okay. So I am just cutting out, I'm just lining things up, and basically I have a sticker. Okay, so yeah, alright. I like to keep the top with all this information on it. I think I used to cut it off, but I don't anymore. So now I have my own sticker here, which is really cool. So let's see, then I'll just cut out, that's just so cool. There's an actual QR code here, diamond painting for beginners. I have never seen that. I don't know if that's like because it's a Witchy Stitcher kit, and these kits are really great for beginners. They're smaller kits. They've got enough drills to be fun, but they're not so big and complicated they're gonna overwhelm someone. You know, okay, so I've got these now. So what I'll do is look for my scissors. Where did my scissors go? I don't know. I know I stuck them somewhere. Huh. Oh, here they are. Okay. Probably just cut to that. Okay, so what I'm going to do with my lovely stickers now is I'm going to just sort of trim them is what I do. And every page that I make is a little different. I am by no stretch of the word a total perfectionist. I mentioned a little bit of OCD earlier in the video. I do have some struggles with that. Just making everything out the way I want it to be. Okay, so, and then what I do is, this is left over from my scrapbooking days, is, again, another hobby that required you to like glue and stick things in and save like old tickets and dirty things and put them in a book. You know what, I'm not here to try to make sense, okay? I'm just trying to live. Okay, so this one's really interesting. So if this works for you guys, like on your camera, let me know. I'm curious. So anyway, so these are pretty cool. So anyway, so what I normally do is I normally kind of like, this I'll probably just stick, let's see. Yeah, because this one I don't know, I don't usually, what I do, okay, let me get back to the point here. Okay, so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for space to put these stickers, to put the original image, to put maybe even if the brand has a sticker and the artist has their own sticker, which is super cool. So what I'll probably do with this one is I'll probably stick this one over here. Yeah, I'll probably just cover up the pixel charted and then I'll put it here, because that's really cool to have this over here. And then so jade stickers are super sticky. There we go. Okay, so I just kind of like use it as a template. And what I do with all this space, do I always cover all of this space with my thoughts? No. But something that I try to make a point to do is once I finish the project, I actually like to take a picture of the final results and put it as a photo in the book. So, and I'm a little bit behind on printing those, so I don't have a ton. Okay, let's see. So try to stick it in this corner. Oops. And that tool that I use to get the bubbles out, also a fantastic tool to straighten out any wrinkles you might get in your stickers and just make sure that they're sticking where they're supposed to stick. But none of these stickers have any trouble adhering. They're really, really great in that way. They're not glossy, which I know some shops do that, but to me, a lot of like glossy stickers end up peeling off. So not all of them, obviously, but you know, it just depends. And then this is gonna go here. So I'm gonna stick this right here. Okay, and then for this, normally, like I said, I would just trim this off and trim this off. Okay, and just make it smaller, and then I would just, you know, like take a glue stick, glue it, and stick it down. And let me see if I could actually, yeah, I just, don't know. I'm just not going to trust myself on that one. So I will stick this in here and show you what it looks like when I come back. Alrighty, so I am back with the finished logbook page. As you can see, I was able to get all of the colors stuck here in my logbook so that I can work off of this logbook. I like being able to stick a tab like this in a piece that I'm working on. So I would take it off this and I'd be like, okay, now I'm working on this one. I'll stick that over here. Close of the book when I'm not using it. Yep, let's work on this piece by Jade. Here we go. So I like being able to do that. This just is a very sturdy way for me to organize my stuff. It's permanently in here. You might be asking like, okay, so you have like 2 logbooks. Why do you need that? I don't just do diamond paintings. I do other types of projects. I do specialty diamond painting projects, like 3D projects, things that aren't canvases. I do things like paint by numbers and paint by number kits and other sorts of like special projects like that. So for me, it became really useful to have a little mini logbook that was basically just like keeping track of the diamond paintings I was doing, what ones I did in what order. You know, like for instance, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, just I was looking for, yes, like here. Like this is one I did by Jade. Read a book, Mari 945. This was my first Jaded Gem Shop kit that I did, and I did it during the Jaded Jamboree last year, 2024. And so I just sort of added my own details. This is just from a little thermal printer. As you can see, the quality in that picture isn't super great, but it just gives a little bit of a visual reminder to me of what it's about. So, you know, a little rating and all this stuff, and at the top of the page I say this was diamond painting number 16. Okay, so when I have this big book, has paint by number stuff in it, I put paint swatches in here, so I don't just have diamond painting stuff in here, which is why I put all the original paperwork and stuff that comes with the kit in here so that I don't lose it. And this is just sort of like a fun, like, oh yeah, cool, like, look what I did, like I did this one, I did that one, and I put all sorts of, oh yeah, here's the other one I did from Jade, one of my favorites. This was a custom diamond painting I had made, and by an artist, Laughlin Art. She's fantastic. Godspeed Hero Link. So if you know the old Masters kit, this is based off of this, and it turned out absolutely stunning, and it's ridiculously huge. But it's really fun. So anyway, that was diamond painting number 22. So I just kind of keep track of it like that in this diamond painting logbook, and it's nice, it's compact, it sits on the shelf. This is obviously something that like I wouldn't have the space to put all of the original DMC stuff and original stickers in, depending on the size of the stickers, because it is a little bit smaller, but it's just enough to kind of give me like a really cool reference. So I actually bought 2 of these. I have one for my diamond paintings, and I actually have one for my paint by number projects. So anyway, so I can kind of keep track of them separately, because when this hobby for me started, I was already doing tons of paint by numbers, and I already had like a logbook, and I was using it for swatches and all sorts of things that I wanted to keep track of my projects. Anyway, this is the Sun by Jaded Gem Shop and the Witchy Stitcher. I highly recommend it. I've done many more kits from Jade besides just that. The drill quality is always fantastic. Her products are definitely worth taking a look at. So I will have links in the description box below to this product, the websites, and the things I've mentioned. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Are you considering one of these? I know a lot of people are like collecting. They're doing like the whole series, and they are so cute. But this one, I mean, as a Floridian, like, was there just nothing as perfect as this, right? So anyways, I hope you guys have a good one. If you like this video and other videos like it, feel free to hit that subscribe, like, maybe even leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.